Estrella. We're on. Hi, how's everyone doing today? Um, it is around 8:15 in the evening. I am doing my vlog, and I'm in my daughter's room. For those of you that do not know, yes, I do have a daughter. Um, she is celebrating her birthday next week. She will be turning 9, and she is my second child, and she's the only daughter that I have. I don't really talk about her a lot because I do have 3 other boys other than her, but that doesn't mean anything different. So don't get that configured or fused, whatever you people want to call it. Anyhow, Estrella, would you like to say hi real quick? Say hi. Yep, we're in her room today, and the reason why we're in here is because we are organizing her closet. I just got done doing all of that right before dinner, and this is the reason why we're redoing her closet. Because of quarantine, we couldn't really celebrate her birthday the way we normally do, which is another reason why I decided to do this vlog with her in it. For military families, I don't know about everyone else, but for us, the way we've always done it with our kids is they like to throw their birthday parties together, their birthdays together, even though they weren't born around the same time. And we call it just one big birthday bash. They like partying with each other, my kids, because it's just one big thing, rolled into one, and they get to share their birthdays. Some people think it's weird. My husband thought it was weird at first, but financially, it was a better idea and a better alternative than having several different birthdays throughout the year. Especially when you've got 4 kids on a military budget. Doesn't work that way. But since they're getting a little bit older, they've kind of been steering away from the big birthday bash. And when we moved out here from New Hampshire, unfortunately, our big birthday bash didn't quite go so well. We had planned for a lot of people, a lot of kids to be there, and it didn't really go that way because I guess things are a bit different here in the state of Illinois. And for some reason, people were just not that interested. And the difference between here and New Hampshire was when we were living in New Hampshire, the school allowed every parent to have like a phone directory of other parents, so you can call each other when there is a birthday party and invite everybody. But here in the state of Illinois, the schools are different and they do not allow a school directory. So you can't even call and follow up and have these parents RSVP. Because a lot of times, what I've noticed in the past is what happens is you give Timmy or Julie an invitation to your daughter's birthday, and it winds up in their backpack going home. But then a lot of times the kids open up their backpacks as soon as they get on the bus, and then their crap just winds up all over the place. So by the time they get off the bus and they head on home, or whoever picks them up and they head on home, their crap is not where it should be. So a lot of parents don't get the invitation, or they do get the invitation, but they're not exactly sure they can make it, or what have you. And so I guess the group is not as friendly out here as we had hoped it would be. So a couple of years ago, we decided to take a break from that whole thing. Plus, our kids were getting a little bit older and they were heading in a different direction. So what we were doing is we were celebrating their birthdays at their actual birth year, their months, but we would do it individually. Like we would take them out to dinner or have dinner at home, and do whatever they wanted to do for the day. And this year, since we have that virus running around, our options are limited. So this year, me and my husband were talking, and April is a very hot month for our family for a number of reasons. Number one is our daughter's birthday. Number two, it's Easter. And number three, me and my husband, our anniversary is in April. Actually, it's today. It's April 9th, and we got married in 2008. Is he still up there?
Yeah.
Is he sleeping or is he freaking out?
He's up.
He's up.
Yeah.
I might
You're gonna have to take him out.
I might have to go and rescue him in a minute because he's new and he's a little bit scared and he has no idea where he is and he's not adventurous yet. But anyways, so as I was saying, me and my husband got married today, many years ago, many moons ago. So we were talking a lot about different things, and yesterday my husband went and found a set of tires for me for my truck, and I consider that my wedding anniversary gift because you know, tires aren't cheap, man. Especially in a military budget. So, you know, it was a great thing. And then he didn't just bring them home by himself, but he also managed to put them on by himself. I didn't even know. Look, I've been married to this man for so long, and we've been best friends since about 2005, that I did not know he knew how to change tires out. And I'm sitting here telling him yesterday, I was like, well, I didn't know you knew how to do this. And he's like, I'm not a complete idiot. I'm like, I didn't say that. I just did not know you knew this. And I was like, well, if you know this, then why are we paying other people to change our tires? It doesn't make any sense. But I think the reason why we do that is because we don't have time. It took him most of the day yesterday to change my tires. And so anyhow, as I was saying, that was a nice anniversary gift, and I've been pretty happy for the last couple of days because we are just celebrating our anniversary every day, or celebrating something different. Is he in there? Yeah? He's in the wheel?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. But we're celebrating every day something different in April. So, you know, we've got our wedding, and, you know, today is the day that we got married, but then on the 11th is the day that we received our certificate. And I know you guys are confused. My husband and I did not get married the traditional way. And the reason why I'm talking about it on my vlog, my whatever. Look, I wish I could hold up both my hands, but I'm holding the phone. My whatever vlog is because it was literally a military wedding. We didn't get married the traditional way. We did double proxy marriage, and I guess I should backtrack before that. My husband and I met online through acquaintances, and we happened to be on the same military website that we heard about through work. And you know, we wound up talking to each other through there, and we kept in touch since 2005, and we kept talking as friends. Ultimately, we did not meet in person until 2007, when we were stationed in the same duty station. And from that point on, we just went forward and we just hung out as friends, and then we wound up as a couple. So, since we were both stationed, we were both dual military, and we were stationed in the military at the time, I couldn't leave my job to get married, and he could not leave his job to get married. And that was also because we were in several, we were in separate countries. I was in the US and he was in Korea. I had just left Korea, so, the timing and I would say the geography just didn't help us. So because of that, he went online and he did some research and found out that we could get married through double proxy, and that is a legal binding marriage. So, but there's only a few states that do it, that allow it, and they only allow it is if you're a government worker. If you can prove that you work for the government and that it's inconvenient for you to leave work just to get married, then they go through that process with you. And it's not cheap. Definitely not cheap. It cost my husband about $2,000 for us to get married. So, I mean, it is cheap compared to, I guess, your traditional wedding where you go all out and invite everybody and everything. So, he paid about $2,000. And what they do with proxies, I don't know how many of you know what a proxy is, but a proxy is someone who stands in your behalf during legal obligations. So basically, they took a look at our documentation, proving that we are both U.S. citizens and proving that we are both military and working, and we could not leave our duty stations. So they went ahead with the process, and they had two different people stand in court as us on our behalf to close the situation, to close the case and I guess marry. So they married them on behalf, on behalf of us. So they were standing in for us, which is weird to a lot of people. I know it's not traditional. It's definitely not. I would say the whole thing is not traditional. Our whole relationship. My husband and I, we were always military, and it's unfortunate. It's a little bit sad that I didn't get the big wedding that I really wanted, but the thing is, my husband's been married before, and he didn't have any children with his previous, with his ex-wife, thank God. But he had the big wedding, and he basically told me, look, you're not missing much. I wasn't thrilled with it. In the end, I was more embarrassed than anything because that marriage fell through. So, for reasons, that the entire family is aware of. But, him and I have worked since, I guess they were only married for a year, but him and I have been together for many, many, many years, many, many moons. And it's great. It's great that it worked out for us. A lot of people try the online dating, the online relationship. And when my husband and I first went at the whole thing, we were very new to the scene. Well, not ourselves, but the whole online dating was very new to everybody. And I remember that I kind of kept him quiet. I kept him a secret from a lot of people for a while because I remember trying to come out and tell some of my close friends that I was talking to someone that I met online. And they kind of made me feel, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but they made me feel like, oh, are you serious? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why don't you go to a bar? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like bars. I do bar hopping and clubs and parties and stuff. But I don't know. I wasn't finding what I was looking for at bars. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that or if that makes sense to anybody, any of my viewers watching. It just, I wasn't finding what I needed at bars. And actually, I was at the point where I was giving up. I was just like, this ain't working, you know? This is just, it's, you know, I was I was at the point where I gave up and I was like, I'm just going to focus on my military career and that's that. But, my husband and I, we found each other, which is a good thing. So we did not have a traditional wedding. We did not have a traditional relationship from the start, but it's great. It did work out, and I'm glad that I saw it through. I'm a bit ashamed that I kept it a secret for a while in the beginning because I guess now I'm sitting back and I'm thinking I shouldn't have been ashamed of this relationship back then. Who cares? Who cares what I did, I wound up with a great husband. I have got 4 kids. I'm content with where I wound up in the end. A lot of my friends were criticizing me for the decision I was making. And then even more so, I didn't exactly confide in my relatives, but they kind of like saw me online dating and they didn't understand it. Like it just, and it was more than that. They were just like, what is she doing? What the fuck, But like I said, it worked out, and I'm happy with that. For those of you wondering what website I went to, you can go ahead and message me and give me a call or shout out at me on Facebook or here on YouTube or email me. I'll let you know then. I'm not going to blurt it out all the way out for all to hear unless, you really want to know. I promised my husband I'd keep that a secret. Only for, if you really, really, really need, for those that really need it. But yeah, so it's our anniversary today, and we've been married since 2008. We got married in Hammerhead, Utah, I believe it was, which was one of the states that allowed the double proxy. And they gave us the marriage license happened on the 9th, and then our certificate came out on the 11th. So we kind of celebrate all week. Because we're like, hey, we go back and forth. We're like, well, when was the actual date? We don't know. But hey, this works, let's just party all week. We party all week, and then we kind of bicker back and forth about what day it actually is, because none of us really know. I don't even think we care anymore at this point. It's just funny to kind of hear us bicker about it, though, because we do. Anyhow, I'm sharing all of this because this is military life. I didn't get the normal big wedding. But, it's okay. It's something that we can plan out in the future because we've been together very long. And we're at the point where, we're probably going to be thinking about renewing our vows or, doing something like that and actually having a wedding for the family to go to. So, we've got 4 kids. How could we not plan something in the future? Anyhow, so that's one thing. Well, that's another thing I should say, because before that I was talking about my daughter's birthday. We, military life is very difficult on certain aspects, such as this, marriage and birthdays. And it's always very difficult to plan around and work things out to the point where you can sit there and say, yeah, I'm content with that, the way I am, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. The only thing I can say at this point is I'm a little bit disgusted since moving to Illinois as far as my kids celebrating their birthday. They haven't really had that great birth. I mean, we've done pretty good every year for them, you know, but the thing is, they haven't really had that big birthday bash, and they don't really have the friends the way they did in New Hampshire. They made a lot of friends out in New Hampshire, and the thing was, these kids were with each other in every class, and, you know, everybody knew everybody there. Here, we're just kind of like, you know, we make friends here and there, but they come and they go. And then the factor that my kids are military kids, nobody really sticks around with them long enough. You know, they've got friends here and there, but it's just, as soon as they hear we're a military family, oh yeah, you know, that they know we've got a bunch of war stories. They know, or they think they know how our family lives, but they don't, you know, and they don't understand that my kids are a bit, I don't know how to say it, but the friendships are not that strong. So, anyhow, we went, here, let me turn the camera around. Say hi. We went this year. Her birthday is on the 19th, really. But we went and we got her a hamster. And that is what we're doing for her birthday. And I'm going to turn the camera around real quick, because my husband just, oh, he ran and he hid. Oh, wait, no, let him come in. Let him come in. Yeah, this is my husband, everybody. My handsome husband.
He's not so handsome.
Yes, he is. Well, to you, he's your dad.
Still stuck there.
Yeah, he's still
You
stuck.
should not leave that top open. He's gonna jump out.
Yeah, close the top, baby.
That's how I planned
Is he eating the strawberry?
I gave him some.
But yes.
But that's not gonna get him out.
So, you know,
Oh, you're gonna get
military
some
life
butter
is the way military life is. But I thought I'd share this with everybody today because they have no idea. Anyhow, with my husband coming in and us trying to get our hamster unstuck, I think I'll end it here, and I will see you guys later. Send me a message if you got any questions or anything. Please reach out to me any way you can. Bye.
Careful, he's gonna climb out.
I better go help them.